Hi, this is your instructor for SCADA and for PLCs. Now what we have is we have the final tank code entered into this factory IO setting. So this is the tank that we have right here. I'm just going to kind of fire it up and see if it works. Okay, so hit play. Okay, so now what I should be able to do is I should be able to hit this green. Yep, I hit the green button and it fills. Now, if we're really paying attention to this, we can see that it's actually filling up. The timer is now at 11 seconds. It's now at 13 seconds, 14 seconds, 15 seconds. Should stop. It did stop at 15 seconds. And so you had to have an in-seal logic to be able to do that. Why? Because the push button just turns on and turns off, right? To be able to fill the tank, we had to have an in-seal logic that kept that push button basically down, or kept filling the tank essentially. So you had to have some in-seal logic to do that. We do that with motors as well. Typically when you have a very, very large motor, even with your car, and for example, you want it to have almost kind of an instantaneous feedback. And so you do at times use an in-seal logic to test and to do that as well. And so Hi, this is Chris Schomburg, and I'm your instructor for SCADA and PLCs. This right here is the final code that we can see for our tank problem. And so what we have here is in the final code essentially is the Boolean, the input value for filling the tank, and we also have an input value here for the discharge. Now this is here's the tips and tricks for this. You're going to have to use a different value instead of a normal contact. You're going to have to go into the properties and choose and select the essentially a normally closed contact instead of a normally open contact. The other thing to do this, to basically the tips and tricks to be able to do this, is you have to change the time. This is the timer right here. This is the timer circuit. You have to change the timer circuit not only from basically a normal time in seconds, which is 15 seconds is what we're trying to do, but you also have to change it essentially to a timer value that can be used as an integer. So it starts out as a continuous value in seconds, which is a continuous value, a continuous stream of values, which means that it can have an infinite amount of possibilities essentially. And then it is converted, as we go down here, it's converted into an integer value. And so that then that integer value can then be put into the time log. And so then 15 seconds is 15 seconds in integers. So essentially it goes 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. You get the point. We count up though. So we're going to count from 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 15. And so it is an integer value. And it's a real integer value in the end. The timer circuit here too, we have the 15 seconds. You can see it right here. That's an interesting, that code right there. This block and these blocks down here, also you're going to have to go through the ribbon and the tab to be able to select those blocks. Now, if you don't have it initially, you're going to have to get that ribbon in the program that you have. And so that's something that I'll walk through in more detail later. So we filled up the tank up to 15 seconds. And now we're going to go ahead and we're going to hit the discharge. And interestingly enough, it doesn't have an in-seal logic. So we're actually going to have to hit it multiple times or hold it down, in this case, to actually drain it all the way out. It's like draining my sink, right?